Today, I will be explaining the official SM tier list. My name is El Grande Padre and I'm aware that power levels in SM are pretty strange. But do not worry. I'll be showing you the official canon version of the SM tier list. All of the others you see online are fake. Starting with the F tier we have Jet, who is by far the weakest SM character in existence. Even Kitty and Mitch are at least 20 billion times more powerful. In episode 22 of the SM anime, Jet gets eaten by Fenrir's wolves and it's up to Isaac Mexicano to avenge his gay lover. Meanwhile, Kitty is far stronger than Jet, but she's still weaker than literal dirt. Not only is she completely useless, she also gets her cats killed 200% of the time. As we all know, Kitty lost in a fist fight against the shit that Ida threw at her during their first encounter. One of her cats also died despite not participating in the fight. Next we have Mitch, who never does anything in SM. Everyone knows that Japan hates Mitch and that's why he constantly gets shafted. His only cool moment in the SM anime was when he shot Betty in episode 12. However, Betty deflected the shot to Mitch's heart, killing him instantly. He was later revived by Valkyrie Requiem, but was then cursed to become a gag character for the rest of the series. At least the Mitch x Betty doujins are pure kino. On the E tier, we see Isaac, Grant Verdi, Turn It On in Q. Isaac is so worthless that the editors of SM asked the author to quickly give him a new transformation because no one liked him. Grant Verdi and Turn It On are equal in power. In the filler episode of the SM anime, episode 28, Turn It On manages to defeat Grant by closing down his publisher. It is heavily debated whether or not this means that Turn It On is stronger than Grant or not. He was a very unpopular character at the start of the SM anime. He was so unpopular that his voice actor, Norio Wakamoto, had to quit the show due to all the negative press. His only fight during season 1 was against El Johnny Calvo, which was a complete stomp on Johnny's part. Now on D tier, we have several characters. Isaac Mexicano is incredibly powerful for a D rank, since he is able to speak in Spanish and Portuguese. He also owns all of Fallbrook's drug cartels, making him a valuable asset. However, his only fight so far has been against Fenrir. The fight lasted from episode 40 to 50, but Fenrir revealed that he was using only 1% of his true power. Fenrir then glared at Isaac with 60% of his power, killing him instantly. Grant Rojo is a form Grant unlocked during his fight against Roger. After seeing the pathetic Abel vs. Roger fight, possibly the worst fight in all of SM, Grant became extremely angry. This anger transformed him into Grant Rojo, making him the ultimate Chad in the SM universe. Soon after his transformation, he said his iconic line, "Leave Roger to me." The best fight in SM then started, lasting from episode 60 to 600. It looked like an even fight, but then Grant revealed that he was using only 1/3 of his power. He then fired his ultimate Chud beam at Roger and killed him. After that, Grant impregnated all of the female cast in SM before leaving for the mountains to write his novel in peace. However, the director of season 3, Senor Dendi, hated Grant's character. Therefore, he called the Grant vs. Roger fight filler and put him in D tier out of spite. Johnny, also known as Shark Boy, is pretty average for D tier. He had numerous fights, but he lost most of them. After being defeated by Joan multiple times, he trained and unlocked the ability to ride sharks. However, Joan defeated him yet again in episode 80 and turned the fight into femdom. Johnny's hair also costs 80% of Japan's military funds to animate. El Chico Tan is incredibly popular with SM's Japanese fandom, mainly because his stand can be used for numerous fetish doujins. Despite this perverted association, El Chico Tan is quite possibly the most innocent and touching character in SM, being a kind boy that is unfortunately introduced to a dark world. It was even more touching when he refused to believe that a traitor existed in the group, convinced that everyone in the group truly cared about one another. Tan has never been in a fight so far, but that's pretty understandable. He's a worried child who's afraid of life and death situations. Overall, he's the weakest D tier member, but that's okay because he's the most generous and kind-hearted one. On the plus side, there's no way he could be the traitor. Monk's Negro is a credit to his people. Unlike other black men in the SM universe, he actually is a productive member of society. Unfortunately, he is still discriminated because of his color. Because of this, he's a rank lower than Aida, his own pet dog. This is even made fun of in episode 68 of SM, where Aida puts a leash on Monk's neck and takes him for a walk. Finally we head into rank C, leaving the realms of low tier. Monk's Blanco is Monk's first transformation, obtained during episode 42 where he killed KKK members during his fight against Turn It On. While it is definitely powerful, it is an incomplete transformation that sacrifices speed for strength. This was shown in episode 45, where Monks fought James to find out who was the strongest nigger in SM. Unfortunately, Monk's Blanco was no match for good guy James. Aida is Monk's pet and also 2 billion times more powerful than her owner. Her main attacks involve pissing and pooping on her opponents, much like how she defeated Kitty. However, her position on the tier list is questionable. She has been consistently holding back whenever fighting Monk's opponents to avoid making Monks look bad. This is especially apparent in episode 74 of the SM anime, where Monks and Aida fight Zoro and Sanji only for Aida to suddenly take them out at the same time. Mike is secretly one of the strongest characters in SM, but because of shitty writing, he's only allowed to job during fights. His only victory was in episode 47, where he defeats Tan in a friendly spar before being stabbed in the back by Sans from Undertale. This episode also starts the Sans Undertale arc. Onwards to B tier. After the Sans Undertale arc, Monks perfected Monk's Blanco into Monk's Blanco level 2. It was an incredibly powerful form that finally gave him basic human rights. However, Blanco level 2 actually makes the user weaker than their base form. The reason Monk's Blanco level 2 is B tier is because of his skin color. Joan is the strongest of the B tiers and constantly uses 1% of her true power, even in serious fights. That's how strong she is. However, with great power comes great responsibility. The reason for her strength is due to her stand, Valkyria, which is powered by cancer. Joan accidentally created cancer, and every single cancer cell on the planet was spawned from her stand power. Feeling regret, she dedicated her entire life to destroying cancer. However, she refuses to save Johnny because she's a bitch. She has killed over 9 billion enemy stand users, including 90% of the SM villains cast. She also enjoys crushing and healing people she dislikes repeatedly, for example, Johnny. On another note, she's very popular in Mind Break, Mind Control and Femdom Doujins. Adeline is the only mortal character in SM that dares to challenge Joan. However, this is due to her limited intelligence that befits her gorilla physique. Despite her low IQ, Adeline is one of the strongest SM characters. She has been involved in great fights such as Adeline vs. the Zoo in episode 31 of the SM anime. In the fight, Adeline was trying to save a black couple that was trapped inside a cage and treated like a bunch of animals. When the zookeepers revealed to her that they were actually gorillas, Adeline went bananas. Dolce is the smartest character in SM, so smart he lets other people do his work for him. Because of this, he deserves a spot in this tier. In A tier, we have Betty, who is loved in Japan, especially by siscons and lolicons. While she was originally a threatening villain, she was reduced to a gag-returning character that casually flirts or is molested by Mitch for that sweet lolicon money. Basically, she is A rank on paper only. Speaking of paper, Kylun is actually incredibly powerful. In the first SM movie, Book Thief, Kylun stole pages from Grant's novel and the group was forced to chase him. However, he defeated the group by writing their darkest secret on paper and making them spread around Fallbrook. The secrets were incredibly humiliating. The only one who could defeat him was Aida, because she was a dog and therefore had no dignity. The Flaming Door is Monk's arch-nemesis. They have fought around 12 times in the entire SM anime, to the point that it's become a fan-favorite cliché. In the Season 4 finale, Monk's Blanco was about to be defeated by the flaming door before Broly intervened and tried to kill Monk's. Seeing his rival in danger, the flaming door tanked Broly's blow, sacrificing itself for its own opponent. Monk's then unlocked Monk's Chiaroscuro and killed Broly. Mike's form of Verdadera is pretty powerful, but it's constantly mocked as an example of poor writing and power creep becoming mainstays in SM. It was first revealed during the first fight against the traitor. Mike revealed the form and started stomping the traitor for 12 days and 30 hours. The traitor then stood up and said that they were done warming up. They revealed that they were using only 0% of their power before obliterating Mike. On to S tier, starting with Adia. Adia is Aida's true form and harnesses the ghosts of dog treats to attack her foes. Adia rarely came out, mainly because Aida never had a reason to reveal her true power. However, in episode 99 of SM, she was forced to use her full power to defeat Kitty's corpse. Fans speculate that Adia is as strong as Yujiro Hanma, Giran, Mothman and Grant Verde. Now, about Grant el Poeta Solitario.
Esta es la tercera bomba de Killer Queen. ¡Baitza Dasto! Killer Queen se encuentra dentro de tu propio ojo, Kishibe Rohan. Esto será lo último que verás, antes de ser exterminado en 1000 pedazos. El poder de Baitza Dasto se ha detonado.
And that's Grant el Poeta Solitario.